Save your marriage while separated. Do this. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And today I wanted to talk about the things you can do to save your marriage while you are separated. First and foremost, I wanted to say that if you are in this situation, I empathize with you. I am sorry and I understand the situation can be very difficult. But I also wanted to maybe change your perspective on the situation and tell you that this actually may be a good thing. This could be a positive. A lot of the times what ends up happening is that when we are in a relationship, we take that relationship for granted. Other things start to take priority and our relationship takes a back seat. So when we are faced with the situation of being separated or divorce or any of these things, what happens, it is actually forces us to refocus and reprioritize our relationship. Now, this is a controversial subject amongst coaches and amongst professionals. Some people think that separation is not necessarily a good thing, but I am here to tell you that I feel that separation is a good thing because it allows you to go through what I like to call 3 R's, which is reevaluation, refocus, and reinvent. It gives you the ability to reinvent yourself and your relationship, to refocus on what is important, and to reevaluate your situation. So, without further ado, I want to go into the things that you can do during your separation. Let's get started. Number 1, lean on your village. During this time of separation, it can feel very isolating and you can feel alone. So it is incredibly important to have a community of people around you who can support you, who can be positive energy around you and get you out of the potential negative mindset that you are currently in. So being around friends, being around family, maybe joining a sports club, something that gets you to feel like you are part of something within a community. But I do have a caution for this. If you are spending a lot of time with friends and family, make sure to not divulge too much information about your relationship, especially right now during a period of separation, because what will end up happening is that your friends and family will side with you, and that will actually create more pressure and make you feel like you have to potentially end the relationship because your family and your friends expect you to. So again, a community is amazing and it is necessary, but try not to share too much information at this point. Number 2, set reasonable and clear expectations. So even though you are separated, there will probably be some form of communication going on between you and your partner. And if there is no communication currently, that is okay. That is not to say that the lines of communication will not open again, but you want to make sure that you are setting clear and concise expectations for yourself and for your partner as well. The last thing that you want to do is to have an unrealistic expectation of where you see the relationship going or what you feel that you need to do in this moment, and then it end in disappointment. So just make sure that you are being realistic with your expectations. That might be you saying, okay, things are not working out right now, but I would like to have a conversation a month from now, a week from now, maybe 3 months from now, depending on how serious the separation was and what the situation was. You also want to make sure that the expectations that you are setting are not putting too much pressure on your partner as well. So you want to keep all of those things in mind. Number 3, know your goal. Both you and your partner should be involved in this process. This should be a goal that you guys set together. Even though you guys are separated, that does not mean that you are divorced. That does not mean that you are broken up completely. This is a situation that is happening currently in your life. This is not forever. So together you should set goals for what you will accomplish during your time of separation. So whether that be, self-reflection or self-care or learning how to communicate effectively. All of these things you should be working on during the separation so that when you come back together, you guys can form a stronger and better foundation than you had before. Number 4, maintain communication. As I have said before, communication is key. Keeping an open line of conversation and of communication is important for you guys to understand where you stand in this process of separation. Now, this does not mean that you over communicate. This does not mean that you try to speak to your spouse on a daily basis. The point of the separation is to take a step back, to create space for yourselves and for each other. So, more of a realistic expectation when communicating with your partner will be to, let's say, set a date to speak maybe once a week, or if there was a communication breakdown in the beginning and that's what caused the separation, maybe you write a letter to your spouse, to your partner, with your questions, with your concerns, with your expectations. Just some form of communication throughout the process, just to make sure that you guys are still keeping in contact and touching base, but you do not want it to be excessive. The last thing that you want to do is make your spouse feel like they are being suffocated. And the final one is consistency. Consistency is key. So if you are in the process of working on yourself, of understanding how you work, maybe you are focusing on self-awareness, maybe you are focusing on better communication skills, making sure that you are consistent throughout that process. You also want to make sure that you are consistent with your partner. So if you decide to have a conversation with your partner, let's say next Wednesday at 5 o'clock, make sure that you are available for that conversation next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. You want to show your partner that you are committed, that you are focused, and that you take their time seriously. So consistency. If you related to this content, please make sure you hit the like or the subscribe button below. I would love to hear from you guys if you have had your own personal experiences with this situation, or if you have any questions whatsoever, please make sure you comment below. If you want to go a little bit further and you feel like you need a little bit more clarity with the situation, or maybe you feel like there were some things that were unanswered, please make sure you visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have many other articles and blogs related to this topic and many other topics. You can also book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have. Again, my name is Danny, and I am your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I hope to see you guys soon.